Green hat, green shirt, green Nigerian flag. What's up, all my Naija people? You know what that means? It means we hit another milestone in the portfolio. This time around, we're talking about the M1 Finance portfolio, and we just hit $4,000 invested in this portfolio. Whew, I am so excited. But let's talk about the portfolio right after this, all right? Whoosh. What's going on, people? It's your boy Kalechi back with another video. If this is your first time around these parts, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy anything that we talk about on this video, or if you just like the fact that we're talking about investing and doing it consistently, hit that like button. Turn that thing, say it with me, I'm green. Yes, we're gonna say green today. I gotta take this hat on because it's too hot in this house. But yes, I am excited. I am pumped because we just crossed $4,000 in the M1 Finance portfolio. Previously, we talked about the Robinhood portfolio crossing $3,000. And so this time around, we're crossing $4,000 in the M1 Finance portfolio, and I am so excited about this. You have to remember, for all those who have been following the journey for a while, by the way, if you want to check out the first video I ever did of M1 Finance, link up here. Literally, I started off with $100 in this portfolio, and then I made a decision when I invested that I was going to make this a consistent effort. I said every 2 weeks, I was going to invest $50. And I did that. And it looked like nothing when I started. I literally started, if you look at the graph on the screen, it literally at one point when I first put $100 in there, it's always funny how things work out when you're investing for the first time. I put $100 in there, immediately the thing dipped down to like $98 and it dipped some more. But then I was like, no, I'm going to keep this thing going. And I kept it going. And I went from there, and I just kept on doing $50 every 2 weeks, $50 every 2 weeks, $50 every 2 weeks. And that is exactly what I did. Of course, I made a lot of mistakes. I mean, one of the first mistakes I made was I had like 10 different companies that was split $10 for each company because I wanted all the companies. But that's the thing with investing. When you get started, you're going to make mistakes, and that is very much okay. It's okay for you to make mistakes when you get started. But the thing about making mistakes is you learn from them. You adjust the way you do things. As you learn more things, as you read more books, as you watch more videos, you just learn more about how to go about investing. This is why I tell everyone that it doesn't matter how much money you have. The most important thing is for you to pick a platform and just get started investing. Because when you get started, you will force yourself to learn. Because the moment you start putting your money at risk, for some reason, it gets us charged up and we're like, wait a minute, what am I doing with my money now? Maybe I need to look a little bit more and understand a little bit more about this thing. And then you grow from there. So don't freak out. Don't even worry. Just get started. There's always going to be a reason not to invest. There's always going to be a reason not to put your money. Right now, the reason for everybody not to invest is inflation. Last year, the reason that everybody was like, oh, the market is done for. At the very beginning, you guys got to remember, when the pandemic happened, everyone was freaking out. Nobody wanted to invest. Everybody was like, oh, we're never going to recover from this. It's going to take us years for us to be able to recover. But this year, now everybody's like, inflation. There's always going to be a reason for you not to invest. There's always going to be some kind of fire going on in the investing world. But the point is for you to just get started. Ignore the noise. Because in the long run, it will always work out in your favor. So ignore all the noise from all the prosecutors and everybody that's talking about nonsense and just invest. Get started investing. But anyway, let's just look at some of my holdings in here real quick if you want to take a look at it. So also, I'll leave a link down in the description if you want to check out my portfolio to see exactly everything that I have in here. But the biggest holdings that I have in here is Microsoft and Apple. Remember, when you're investing, you're not just buying a stocks ticker. You're not just buying some kind of numbers on a screen. You're buying into companies. This is why whenever I talk about investing, I talk about three main things. By the way, if you want to learn how to pick stocks, you can watch this video up here. And basically, you got to ask yourself three questions. One, what does this company do? How does it make its money? Two, what is the moat? What is the competitive advantage of this business? Three, is the management team any good? Are they skillful at what they do? You answer those three questions. And then the fourth question is a valuation question. But even for me, one thing I've learned is dollar cost averaging. And for most of us who don't just have like $10,000 or $20,000 or those large sums of money to invest, dollar cost averaging is going to be your friend. So in my portfolio, every single company that I have in here is companies that I've done research on and I keep staying up to date about. And I know a lot about what is going on with those companies, which is why my biggest holding in this portfolio is Microsoft, Apple, and Intel. Those are the companies that I understand the most, and those are the companies that my money has been going to the most in the last year, because I got very focused at like, yo, I don't need to be putting my money in every single thing. I need to get focused on what we're doing. But the bigger news from this portfolio that I'm even more excited is the dividends, man. The dividends, if you look at this is trending upwards. If we add a trend line here and we just see a linear trend line, as you can see, it's going up. Like, it's just trending upwards. It's moving in a positive direction, which is so amazing. In other words, I'm getting paid to do absolutely nothing. I'm getting paid to do nothing at all except for just hold these stocks. That is it. If we look at month over month, if we're comparing this year to last year, just in the annual dividends alone from this year compared to last year, I've already made more dividends. Why? Because it's been consistent for me. I've been doing it month over month, and this number is only going to keep rising. If we compare month over month what it was at last month or last year at this point in time in April, I only had 11 cents in dividend. This year I have $4 in dividends that got paid out to me for doing absolutely nothing. So my main point with this whole thing, why I'm so excited, is I'm showing you guys the power of compounding. I started this portfolio with one thing and one thing in mind. It was so I could show everyone, like, investing is not as difficult. It's not as hard as people try to make it out to be. It's something that every single one of us can start doing today. All you need to do is find a platform, put some money into that platform, invest in a company that you like for the time being, and then start learning about how to pick stocks, learning about what the great investors do, reading books about it. I have a bunch of links down in the description of different books and different things and different videos of where I've learned so much in the last year just from starting to invest. And that is the beautiful thing, because when you start doing this, you're gonna get hooked. I can promise you that. You're going to get hooked and you're going to keep doing it over and over and over again. But anyway, that's all I got for y'all in this video. I hope y'all learned one, maybe two things out of this entire thing. As you can tell, your boy is excited. But I'm gonna catch y'all up on the next one. Remember, generosity is always greater than greed. God bless each and every single one of y'all. And I'm out. Man, I got so excited, I'm sweating. Peace. Whoosh.